Po sa lahat. As scheduled, we have 6 projects for provision terms of infrastructure and 1 for goods and services. And before we start, let us have an opening prayer from Engineer Joyce.
Good morning po. Let us pray po. Lord, maraming salamat po sa umaga nito na pinag-ingat niyo po muli kami sa aming mga trabaho. Dinala niyo po kami ng ligtas sa mga kanya-kanya po naming workplace. Lord, dalangin po namin Prepid po, bigyan mo po ang bawat isa ng wisdom at knowledge po na kung ano man po yung i-discuss ng programmer, maunawaan po ng mga makikinig at sasali sa sa darating na bidding. Lord, sa iyo lang po ang pasalamat sa pangalan ng Panginoon Jesus. Amen.
Po, Engineer Joyce. And now let us acknowledge the presence of our bids and awards committee headed by our back chairperson, Engineer Faustino Mark Anthony S. De La Cruz. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sir Jums. Good morning to all.
Our back member, Engineer Julius Digala.
Oh.
Good morning, sir.
Morning po.
Our back member also, Engineer Martin Agustin. Back member, Ma'am Hazel Elises. Good morning po. And Engineer Charlotte K. Constantino. And from our maintenance project divisional members, Engineer Elona Jane and Duterte.
Good morning po.
Morning. From our technical working group, we have the head, Engineer Mark Pobreton.
Good morning po.
And the technical working group members, Engineer Israel Africa.
Good morning po.
Engineer Rinier Palaganas.
Good morning po.
Engineer Kenny Abelano. And Engineer Jessa Contreras. From our back secretariat, we have Engineer Mayo and Engineer Joyce.
Good morning po.
And Ma'am Karen Joy Aragon and Ma'am Laila Derama.
Good morning po.
And from our programmer, Engineer Ems, Engineer Sarah, and Engineer Justin.
Good morning po.
From our observer from the PCCI, Sir Rocky Sarmiento. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And from our COA representative, we have Ma'am Seripon M. Passion. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
And to our prospective bidders from Nissan Tayabas, Ma'am Jackie.
Good morning po.
Ma'am. We also have Sean Christian of SJ Legacy Motors. Good morning, sir.
Morning po.
And good morning din po to all our YouTube viewers. Yours truly po, Jumel Reyes, Head of Back Secretariat. And before we proceed to the explanation of our projects, let us have first an opening remarks from our Back Vice Chairperson, Engineer Faustino Mark Anthony De La Cruz.
Thank you, Sir Jums. Sa lahat, good morning. Welcome to our private conference, back members, back TWG, to the perspective leaders, sa observer, as siyempre sa ating presenter. So as usual, do sa ating mga perspective leader, this is the time to clarify all the details to our bidding. So please listen to the presenter who will discuss so that we will have a smooth bidding. So thank you, Sir Jums. Good morning po sa atin.
before we proceed to the presentation of our projects. For the first project, under the goods and services, we have the purchase of 2 units of 4x4 pickup vehicle for use at the DPWH Quezon second DEO with an approved budget for the contract of 4,600,000 pesos. Under our infrastructure project, we have the basic infrastructure program, the multipurpose buildings, facilities to support social services, construction, rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay 7, Lucena City, approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Next project, the construction of multipurpose building, phase 3, Barangay Pahinga Norte, Candelaria, Quezon. Approved budget for the contract is 49,500,000 pesos. Next project, the facility construction of Lucena City Hospital, approved budget for the contract, 49 million pesos. Then we also have the construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Ibabang Dupay, Lucena City, approved budget for the contract, 19,800,000 pesos. And the construction of access road to Trading Post, Quezon Coffee Belt, Package 3, Saraya, Quezon. Approved budget for the contract, 69,600,000 pesos and 625. And last is the rainwater collector system, various location within Quezon second district. Approved budget for the contract is 2,605,499 pesos and 96 centavos. So the programmer will discuss the details.
Hello, good morning po. Purchase of 2 units of 4x4 pickup vehicle for use of the DPWH Quezon Second DEO, Lucena City. Contract ID number 2GDJ12. PRNPO. 1 4x4 pickup vehicle, diesel engine, inclined 4-cylinder with variable turbocharger, transmission type 4-speed automatic transmission with manual mode, emission Euro 4 and equivalent, power of 187 horsepower, suspension independent double wishbone with coil spring stabilizer. 2 units, as evaluated of 2 units. Special condition. Certificate that the company must have at least 20 years of experience in the supply, delivery, and selling of heavy equipment services in the Philippines. Number 2, certificate that the bidder has at least one after-sales service center in Luzon area for at least 5 years and will provide on-call support during office hours and on-site support within 24 hours after call. Subcontracting is not allowed. Number 3, duly notarized certification issued by the bidder in at least 3 years reckoned at the date the submission of opening of the bids. That their company has no record of equipment delivered upon test found not complaint or totally different to the equivalent equipment award. Number 4, duly notarized certification issued by at least 2 clients. The company has a good track record of after-sale service within last 5 years. prior to the submission and opening of the bid shall be submitted. Number 5. Joint certification from manufacturing dealer and bidder for at least 7 years market availability of supplies and critical spare parts and components shall be submitted. Number 6. Manufacturer dealers authorization issued to the bidder as authorized to the supply of the unit being offered. Number 7. 1-year warranty certificate shall be submitted. Number 8. A formal training for operators and technician on the proper operation and maintenance of the equipment shall be conducted. Number 9. 1 set of owner's manual shall be supplied. Number 10. Brochure of offered brand and model showing compliance with the technical requirements. Number 11. SPES or Supplier's Performance Evaluation and Satisfactory Rating. Number 12. Bidder may have a branch service center within 30-kilometer radius from the Department of Public Works and Highways DEO office. Approved budget for contract is 4,600,000 pesos. Delivery date of goods and contract duration is 60 calendar days. Two envelope system. One original copy. Delivery goods and contract duration 60 calendar days. One original copy. Financial bid proposal placed in one sealed envelope. Bidding date August 13, 2025. Submission of bidding documents is until 9 a.m. only. Opening of bidding documents is at 9 a.m. Teka, okay na pala.
Submission of bids, the checklist of technical and component envelope. Submission of bids, the two envelope system, one original copy of the technical and financial bid proposal, placed in one sealed envelope, bidding date August 13, 2025. Submission of bidding documents until 9 a.m. only and opening of bidding documents at 9 o'clock a.m. The checklist of technical and financial documents. The technical component envelope for Class A documents, the legal documents. Number 1, valid PhilJEPS registration certificate for platinum membership, all pages. Number 2, the registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, from Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or cooperative development authority for cooperatives or its equivalent documents. Number 3, the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidders is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zone or areas. Number 4, the tax clearance for EO number 398 series of 2005 was finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Technical documents. Number 1, the statement to prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Number 2, the statement of bidder single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided under the rules. And 3, the original copy of notarized bid security in the form of surety bond. Submit a certification issued by Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration using Form DPWH Infra 9, 10, or 11 as applicable with 120 calendar days validity, and please specify in the BSD. Number 4, conformity with the technical specification, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales or parts if applicable. Number 5, the original duly signed omnibus short statement and applicable original notarized secretary certificate in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For financial documents, number 1, the audited financial statement stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the immediate preceding calendar year which should not earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission, showing among others the total assets and liabilities. Number two, the computation of net financial capacity for the NFCC or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. For Class B documents, number one, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in case of joint venture is already in existence, or a duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide the provisions of JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Other documentary requirements under RA 9184 as applicable for foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos. Certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in the government procurement activities from the same item or product. Number two, the certification from DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. For financial envelope, the original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and the original duly signed and accomplished price schedule. Bidding documents, the adopted revised IRR of RA 9184, 6th edition of July 2020. For the procurement manual for goods, the guidelines from 2016 IRR of RA 9184 updated March 31, 2022. Other bidding requirements. Attached in the technical document are the supplier's performance evaluation system rating to be used in the evaluation and post-qualification of the bid pursuant to DEO number 31 series of 2015. Number two, the checklist and duly signed proposal booklet should be attached in the technical envelope. There should be documentary stamp on bidder's bond and all other notarized documents. There should be table of contents and then documents should be paginated and bookbinded with ear tags pursuant to DEO number 90 series of 2002. The bidder's authorized representative must present their valid company and any government-issued ID, and any missing document on the checklist will be granted for outright rejection of the bid. Please use A4 size bond paper for technical and financial bid proposal and use the prescribed form which can be found in the bid proposal booklet. DO number 28 series of 2024, the three-strike policy in the procurement for contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. Thank you po.
That's the project for our goods and services. We will proceed now to the presentation of the infrastructure project.
Hello, good morning po. For our first project, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP, multipurpose buildings, facilities to support social services, construction rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay 7, Lucena City, Quezon Province, Contract ID 25DJ0145. Plans of the proposed project, title page, key map, perspective, location map, vicinity map, and table of contents. Site development plan. Summary of quantities. Ground floor plan, second floor plan. Roof deck plan. Front elevation, rear elevation, right side elevation, and left side elevation. Section through A and section through B. Ground floor reflected ceiling plan, second floor reflected ceiling plan, detail of metal fairing. Ground floor finish plan, second floor finish plan. Ground floor wall finish plan, second floor wall finish plan, and roof deck wall finish plan. Schedule of doors and windows, detail of signage. DPWH standard project billboard, COA billboard. Detailed plan of field office. General construction notes. General construction notes. Foundation plan, second floor framing plan. Roof deck framing plan. Schedule of RC beam, longitudinal section of FTB. Composite detail elevation of road section connecting concrete slab. Section A. Concrete connection detail. Section detail of pedestal. MS section showing protruding cantilever wall footing beam connector. Isometric I-beam connection. Detail I-beam connection. RC footing schedule. Typical detail of combined footing. Typical detail of column footing. Detail of wall footing and slab schedule. Detailed plan of staircase. Spot details. Detailed section of railings. Detailed plan of staircase. Elevation plan of staircase. Spot details. Detail of trellis. Electrical notes and specifications. Legends and symbols. Riser diagram. Detail of panel board and load schedule. Ground floor lighting layout and second floor lighting layout. Ground floor power layout and second floor power layout. Plumbing notes and legends. Ground floor cold water line layout. Second floor cold water line layout. And roof deck cold water line layout. Cold water line isometric diagram. Plans of the scope of works. For part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization. Division 1, general, Part C, earthworks, removal of structures and obstruction, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadways, structure excavation, common soil, gravel fill. For Part D, reinforced concrete, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days. Structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 40. Reinforcing steel deformed, grade 60. Formworks and falseworks. Division 2, buildings, Part E, finishing and other civil works. Soil poisoning, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 mm. Aluminum framed glass door, sliding type, wooden doors and windows. Aluminum glass windows, fixed type, railing. Cement plaster finish, molding. Ceiling, 4.5 mm, metal frame, fiber cement board. Glazed tiles and trims, unglazed tiles. Painting works, masonry or concrete. Painting works, steel, structural steel purlins, metal structure accessories, cold water lines, storm drainage and downspout, plumbing fixtures, for part F, electrical, conduits, boxes and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-in, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting fixtures. For part G, mechanical, water pumping system. Minimum equipment requirements. 1 backhoe, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor gasoline engine, 2 concrete vibrator gasoline drive unit, 1 pump crate, 1 bar cutter, 1 bar bender, 1 bagger mixer, 2 welding machine electric driven DC output, 1 cutting outfit, 1 truck mounted crane, and 1 welding machine. Manpower requirements. 1 project manager with 5 years total experience, 1 project engineer with 5 years total experience, 1 accredited materials engineer, 1 construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Classification, project engineer 2. Limits of assignments, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion pesos. For project engineer 1, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million pesos, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion pesos. Provisional project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million pesos, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million pesos. Approved budget for the contract, 4,950,000 pesos. Contract duration, 180 calendar days. Hello po. Good morning. Next project is Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP. Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Phase 3, Barangay Pahinga, Norte, Candelaria, Quezon. With contract ID 25DJ0146. Plans of the proposed project. This is the title page. This is the perspective, key map, location map, vicinity map, and table contents. This is the removal plan, it's a site development plan. Summary of quantities. This is the floor plan for blow up plan, front elevation, detail of module table, rear elevation, right elevation, left side elevation, reflected ceiling plan, detail of metal fairing. This is detail of project billboard. This is the detail of COA billboard. Detail plan of field office. This is the general construction notes. Next. This is the foundation plan. Detail of column and footing. Detail of footing tie beam. This is the foundation plan, roof framing plan. Detail of aluminum canopy, detail of strut, perspective, and detail plan of pedestal. Roof framing plan, detail of rafter and roof framing plan. Elevation of typical cross-section road, concrete cover general layout, detail of bar grates and section single barrel, electrical notes and legends of and specifications, lighting layout, power layout, cable tray layout, cable tray isometric view, detailed plan of cable tray, ECU outlet layout, detail of suction piping, mounting detail of AC condenser, detail of elevation of solar light,
detail of elevation pedestal, detailed plan of foundation, single line diagram, solar PV system roof plan, plumbing notes and detail of grease trap, detail of drywall, storm drainage layout, storm drainage line isometric diagram, document. Hello po. So next is the construction of field office for the of the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Next is other general requirements. Under it is permits and clearances, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization, demobilization. For the DPW standard specification for highways and bridges and airports, volume 2, earthworks, subgrade preparation. Next is sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. Surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. For DPW standard specification for public works structure, volume 3, division 1, general, earthworks. Under it is removal of structures and obstruction, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from borough, common soil, gravel fill, site development. Next is reinforced concrete. Under it is structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, class A, 28 days. Structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, class A, 28 days. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 60. Formworks and false works. Is finishing and other civil works, cement plaster finish, ceiling, wall, painting works wood, pre-painted metal sheet, rib type long span, metal structure accessories, structural steel trusses, structural steel purlins, metal structure accessories, steel plates, metal structure accessories, bolts and rods. Next is electrical, conduit and boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices. Panel board with main and branch breakers, solar panel with inverter, battery, and other devices, and lighting fixtures. Next is drainage works, concrete covers. Minimum equipment requirements. The minimum equipment requirements are motorized road grader, 140 horsepower, one vibratory roller with 10 megaton. Next is 1 water truck. Next is 2 concrete vibrator, 1 concrete screeder, 1 concrete saw, 1 bar cutter, 1 joint sealer machine, 1 backhoe with breaker, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor, gasoline engine, 1 pump crate, 1 bar bender, 2 welding machine, 1 cutting outfit, 1 truck mounted crane, 1 cargo truck, 1 bagger mixer, two welding machine. Manpower requirement, for the project manager, one project manager with 5 years of experience, one project engineer with 5 years of experience, one accredited materials engineer, one construction foreman with 5 years of experience, one first aider, one safety officer. Assignment of contractors project engineers to DPWH for PE2. 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion for PE2. PE1, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion. For provisional project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million but with an aggregate cost of 500 million. The approved budget for the contract is 49,500,000 pesos and the contract duration is 300 calendar days.
Good morning po. For the next project, locally funded projects, National Building Program, buildings and other structures, multipurpose facilities, construction of Lucena City Hospital, Lucena City, Quezon, contract ID 25DJ0147. Plans of the proposed project. First is the title page. Next is key map, perspective, location map, vicinity map, and table of contents. Perspectives. Site development plan. Summary of quantities. Ground floor plan, building 1. Second floor plan, building 1. Roof deck plan. Front elevation existing and rear elevation existing. Left side elevation and the right side elevation. Detailed plan of wall handrail. Section of ground floor wall finish plan. Second floor wall finish plan. Detailed plan of DPWH project billboard. Detailed plan of COA project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. General construction notes. Other general construction notes. Foundation plan, floor framing plan, detail of manhole, and detail of C1F1. Detailed section of concrete tank, slab reinforcement layout, detail of air vent, and detail of beams. Floor plan of powerhouse, foundation plan of powerhouse, roof framing plan of powerhouse, schedule of doors and windows, detail of roof beam, wall footing detail, and C1F1 detail. Detail of solar panel stand. Load schedule and the riser diagram. Another load schedules. Single line diagram and voltage drop analysis. Solar PV system roof plan. Ground floor lighting layout. Second floor lighting layout. Roof deck lighting layout. Ground floor power layout. Second floor, power layout. Ground floor, ACU power layout. Second floor, ACU power layout. Powerhouse layout plan, riser diagram, detail of panel board, and solar panel stand. Header installation detail, detail of distribution line and pipeline straight diagram. Filtration layout plan, filtration schematic diagram, schedule of equipment. Scope of works. For Part A, facilities for the engineer, A113. Construction of field office for the engineer, A1111. Provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment and appliances for the field office for the engineer, A141. Provision of progress photographs. For Part B, other general requirements, we have B31, permits and clearances, B51, project billboard signboard, B71, occupational safety and health, B91, mobilization, demobilization. For Division 1, General, Part C, Earthwork, 802, Clearing and Grubbing, 803-1A, Structure Excavation, Common Soil, 804-1A, Embankment from Roadway, Structure Excavation, Common Soil, 804-7, Gravel Fill, 807-1, Site Development. For Part D, reinforced concrete, 901D, structural concrete, 4,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days, 902-1A1, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, 902-1A2, reinforcing steel deformed grade 60, 903-2, formworks and false works. For Division 2 buildings, Part A, finishing and other civil works, 10462A1, CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, 1064 steel lower door, 10511A railing, 10271 cement plaster finish, 1031A1 ceiling, 4.5 mm metal frame, fiber cement board, 1032E wall, 10161A waterproofing cement base, 10321A painting works masonry concrete, 10321C painting works steel, 10141A2 pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm corrugated long span, 10477 structural steel. For Part F, electrical, 110133 wires and wiring devices, 11021 panel board with main and branch breakers, 110218 solar panel with inverter, battery and other devices, 11031 lighting fixtures. And for Part G, mechanical, we have 12011 water pumping system. Minimum equipment requirements. Have 2 dump truck, 1 backhoe, 1 plate compactor, 2 concrete vibrator, 1 pump kit, 1 bar cutter, 1 bar bender, 1 bagger mixer, 1 welding machine, 1 drilling machine, 1 cutting outfit, 1 welding machine, 1 truck mounted crane, 1 generator set, and 1 cargo truck. Manpower requirements. The key personnel should meet the following number of years work experience. 1 project manager with 5 total experience, 1 project engineer with 5 years total experience, 1 accredited materials engineer 1 construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. For the assignment of contractors, project engineers to DPWH projects, PE2 with 10 contracts located within the same region of simultaneous assignments but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion. PE1 with 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion. And provisional project engineer with 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million but with an aggregate cost of 500 million. The approved budget for the contract is 49 million and the contract duration is 345 calendar days.
Good morning po for our next project, Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program or BIP, Multipurpose Building or Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Ibabang Dupay, Lucena City, Quezon, with Contract ID 25DJ0148. Plans of the proposed project. Cover page. Key map, perspective, location and vicinity map, and table of contents. Perspectives. Site development plan. Topography plan. Demolition plan. Summary of quantities. Ground floor plan. Second floor plan. Third floor plan. Roof plan. Front elevation and rear elevation. Right side elevation and left side elevation. Section through Y. Section through X. And base section. Schedule of doors and windows. Detailed schedule of doors and windows. Detailed plan of staircase 1, detailed section of staircase 1 and spot details. Detailed plan of staircase 2 and detailed section of staircase 2. Detailed plan of staircase 3, detailed section of staircase 3 and spot details. Detailed plan of staircase 4 and detailed section of staircase 4. Detailed plan of toilets, section through C, detailed plan of toilets 3 and 4 and 9 and 10, section through D, detail of grab bar and detail of signage. Detailed plan of toilets 13 and 14, section through E, F, and G. Detailed plan of ramp, detailed elevation of ramp, section through H, section through I, spot details, and details of threshold. Detailed plan of PWD parking, perspective, BP 344 dots, section through J, curb ramp section, and spot detail. Section through K, section through L, section through M, section through N, typical detailed section of drop ceiling, ceiling perspective, and typical ceiling detail. Reflected ceiling plan for ground floor. Reflected ceiling plan for second floor. Reflected ceiling plan for third floor. Wall and floor finish plan for ground floor. Wall and floor finish plan for second floor. Wall and floor finish plan for third floor. Detailed plan of genset room. Detailed plan of the DPWH project billboard. Detailed plan of COA project billboard. Detailed plan of field office. Structural plan, you have general construction notes. Next page of general construction notes. Foundation plan. Second floor framing plan. Third floor framing plan. And roof framing plan. Detail of truss 1 and detail of truss 2. Spot detail of truss 1, spot detail of truss 2, spot detail, detailed plan of base plate, and detailed section of base plate. Detail of strut, purlin section with splicing, detail of gusset plates, detail of cross bracing with turnbuckle, detail of roofing to purlin connection, J-bolt spacing, roof panel side lap detail, roofing fixer, and detail of sagrad. Perspective, horizontal joint, base detail, fascia to soffit, composite coping, cladding fastening or gapping detail, RC slab schedule, and typical detail of slab. Typical detail of staircase reinforcement, detailed plan of ramp, and detailed section of ramp. Schedule of footings, typical detail of column footing, typical detail of beam, schedule of reinforced concrete beams, and detail of wall footing. Elevation of C1 to F2 and F3, elevation of C2 F1, schedule of columns, schedule of footing tie beam. Specifications, section of acrylic roofing, illustration, plan of staircase 3, and staircase 3 temporary roofing plan. Electrical plan, general notes and specifications, legends and symbols, grounding details, PEC code note, and details of mounting position. Load schedules. Electrical site development plan. Typical riser diagram. Single line diagram, impedance diagram, short circuit calculation, single line diagram, and voltage drop calculation. Panel board installation detail, typical recess downlight fixture installation detail, lighting switch installation detail, floor mounted receptacle installation detail, wall light fixture installation, typical recess mounted fluorescent fixtures installation. Lighting layout for ground floor, lighting layout for second floor, lighting layout for third floor. Power layout ground floor, power layout second floor, and power layout for third floor. Plumbing plan. Plumbing notes and legends, elevation of overhead water tank, hanger support detail, wall bracket support detail, detail of catch basin, and detail of floor clean out. Detail of septic vault with reinforcing bars, detail of septic vault, and schedule of top slab reinforcement. Sister tank plan top view, section top view, plan bottom view. Longitudinal section of cistern 1, longitudinal section of cistern 2, transverse section of cistern 1 and 2. Sanitary line layout ground floor. Sanitary line layout for second floor. Sanitary line layout for third floor. Cold water line layout ground floor. Cold water line layout second floor. Cold water line layout third floor. Storm drainage line layout ground floor. Storm drainage line layout second floor. Storm drainage line layout third floor. Storm drainage line layout roof. Sanitary line isometry. Cold water line isometry. And storm drainage line isometry. Mechanical plan. General notes, legends, and abbreviations. Split type aircon schedule, abbreviations, legends, and symbols. Firehouse cabinet plan, firehouse cabinet elevation. Detail of portable fire extinguisher. Detail of Siamese connection. Mounting detail of aircon condenser. Fire protection layout ground floor. Fire protection layout second floor. Fire protection layout third floor. Air conditioning units layout for ground floor. Air conditioning units layout second floor. Electronics plan, legends and symbols, smoke detector mounting detail, detail of manual pull switch, and fire detection layout for ground floor. Fire detection layout for second floor. Scope of works. Part A, facilities for the engineers. We have construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures or fixtures, equipment and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Under Part B, other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization or demobilization. Part C, earthworks, we have individual removal of trees, removal of structures and obstruction. Structure excavation, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, embankment from barrow and gravel fill. Part D, reinforced concrete. We have structural concrete 4,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days, and structural concrete 3,000 PSI, Class A at 28 days. Reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 and reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 and formworks and false works. Part E, finishing and other civil works. We have soil poisoning, CHB, non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel 100 mm and 150 mm, aluminum frame glass doors, sliding type and swing type, aluminum glass window owning type and fixed type, doors, wood panel, cement plaster finish, and glazed tiles. Metal structure accessories, sewer line works, cold water lines, plumbing fixtures, and septic vault. Part F, electrical, we have conduit, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel boards and main and branch breaker, and lighting fixtures. Minimum equipment requirements, we have 1 backhoe, 2 dump truck, 1 plate compactor, 2 concrete vibrator, 1 pump crane, 1 bar cutter, 1 bar bender, 1 bagger mixer, 2 welding machines, 1 low bed trailer, 1 service truck, 1 mini backhoe, and 1 chainsaw. Manpower requirements, 1 project manager with 5 years total experience, 3 years same position in similar works, 1 project engineer with total 5 years experience, 3 years same position in similar works, 1 accredited materials engineer 1 construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 3 years same position in similar works, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Assignment of contractors or contractors project engineers to DPWH project. PE2, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion. PE1, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion. Provisional project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million but with an aggregate cost of 500 million pesos. Approved budget for the contract, 19,800,000 pesos with contract duration 330 calendar days.
Good morning po. For our next project, Convergence and Special Support Program, Sustainable Infrastructure Projects, Alleviating Gaps, CPAG, Access Roads and/or Bridges from the National Roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of access road to trading post, Quezon Coffee Belt Package 3, Sariaya, Quezon, with contract ID 25DJ0149. Plans of the proposed project. Title page, vicinity map, key map, location map, and layout plan. Summary of quantities. Straight line road diagram. Typical roadway section. Scope of works. Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. Part C, earthworks, clearing and grabbing, surplus common excavation, embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, subgrade preparation, common material. Part D, sub-base and base course, aggregate sub-base course. Part E, surface courses, portland cement, concrete pavement, and reinforced 0.23 meter thick, 14 days. Minimum equipment requirements. 4 barricade flasher light, battery operated, amber color with lifespan consideration of 6 months, 1 bulldozer, 1 load bed trailer, 2 dump truck, 2 backhoe, 1 payloader, 1 motorized road grader, 1 vibratory roller, 1 water truck pump, 2 concrete vibrator, 1 concrete skreeder, 1 sealer joint, 1 concrete saw blade, 1 cargo truck. Manpower requirements. 1 project manager with 5 years total experience, 1 project engineer with 5 years total experience, 1 accredited materials engineer 1 construction foreman with 5 years total experience, 1 first aider, and 1 safety officer. Assignment of contractors project engineer to DPWH projects. PE2, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion pesos. PE1, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion. Provisional project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million. Approved budget for the contract, 69,600,625 pesos. Contract duration, 270 calendar days. Thank you po.
FY 2025 DPWH Infrastructure Program, Convergence and Special Support Program, Rainwater Collector System, various location, Contract ID 25DJ0150. Plans of the proposed project. CY 2025 project, detailed engineering design plan for convergence and special support programs, rainwater collector system, various locations. The plans showing perspective, location map, key map, and table of contents. Sheet number 3, layout plan and vicinity map. Sheet number 4, also layout plan and vicinity map. Sheet number 5, also layout plan and vicinity map. Sheet number 6, layout plan and vicinity map of Lutocan Integrated National High School. Summary of quantities. DPWH project billboard and COA billboard. Front elevation, rear elevation, platform details, and floor plan. Scope of works. B.51 project billboard and signboard. B.71 occupational safety and health. Part B, reinforced concrete, 902-1A1, reinforcing steel, deform grade 40, 901C, structural concrete, 3000 PSI, class A, 28 days. Part E, finishing and other civil works, 1013 2C, fabricated metal roofing accessory, page 24, 0.701 mm gutters, 1224 cold water lines, 4G mechanicals, 1217A water tank stainless. Minimum equipment requirements. One bar cutter, one bar bender, one bagger mixer, and one welding machine with 500 ampere, and one grinding machine and accessories. Manpower requirements. One project manager with total experience of 5 years, one project engineer, one accredited materials engineer, one, and one construction foreman, one first aider, and one safety officer. Assignment of contracts, contractors, project engineers to DPWH project. PE2, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, but with an aggregate cost of 1.5 billion pesos. PE1, 10 contracts located within the same region from 4 simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 150 million pesos, but with an aggregate cost of 1 billion pesos. Provincial project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same region for simultaneous assignments, each costing not more than 100 million pesos, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million pesos. Approved budget for the contract, 2,605,499 pesos and 96 centavos with contract duration of 80 calendar days. Thank you po.
Submission of bids. For the submission of bids, the two-envelope system, one original copy of the technical proposal in a sealed envelope, and one original copy of financial bid proposal in a sealed envelope, placed in one sealed envelope, bidding date August 13, 2025, submission of bidding documents until 9 a.m. only, and opening of bidding documents at 9 o'clock a.m. Bids must be duly received by the Bank Secretariat through manual submission and online or electronic submission as per DEO number 87 series of 2020. Advertisement, electronic bids _ Quezon 2 at dpwh.gov.ph is the assigned email address of the Quezon 2 DEO where electronic bids shall be submitted and received. It is specified in the invitation to bid and bidding documents of the contract which allows electronic submission of bids. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the DPWH and PhilJEP's websites and a conspicuous place pursuant to Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184, the Back Secretariat created a folder in the electronic bid submission and receipt SharePoint site, the eBid portal, for the contract ID allowing electronic submission of bids. The folder name should be consistent with the contract ID scheme provided under DO number 33 series of 2018. Opening of bid. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. The same applies to the technical and financial archive files in the electronic bids, which shall open prior to the technical and financial envelope in the manual bids. The checklist of technical component envelope, the first envelope. For Class A documents, the legal documents, number 1, valid PhilJEP's registration certificate for platinum membership, all pages. Number 2, the registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC, from Department of Trade and Industry for sole proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives or equivalent documents. Number 3, the mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidder is located or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zone or areas. Number 4, the tax clearance per EO number 398 series of 2005 was finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. For eligibility documents, number 1, the statement of prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Number 2, the statement of bidders' single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided under the rules of the IRR. The bidder must have completed SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. The SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by a project owner other than the contractor or a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES. In case of contract in private sector, an equivalent document shall be submitted. Number 3, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board license or the special pickup license in case of joint ventures. For financial documents, number 1, NFCC must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. The NFCC is the current asset minus current liabilities minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the projects undergoing, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. Number 2, the audited financial statement showing, among others, the prospective bidder's total current assets and liabilities stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Number 3, the bid security, original copy of notarized bid securing declaration using prescribed format or any form of bid security in an amount equal to a percentage of the ABC in accordance with the following schedule of IRR section 27.2. A. Cash or cashiers or managers check issued by Universal Commercial Bank, 2% of ABC. B. The backdrop or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a Universal Commercial Bank using Form DPWH Infra 10 or 11, 2% of the ABC. C. The surety bond callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, 5% of ABC. Bids and bid security shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids, and it should be specified in the bid security in any form, and please indicate the expiry date. Project requirements, which shall include the following. A. Organizational chart for the contract to be bid from DPWH Infra 12. B. List of contractors, key personnel, including project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and foreman, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification, experience data. Form DPWH Infra 13. C. The duly signed list of contractors pledged major equipment units which own and or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. This equipment must meet the minimum major equipment requirements for the contract set in the BDS Form DPWH Infra 14. And please note that pledged equipment must comply DO number 9 and DO number 58, both series of 2012. A. The original duly signed omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 25.3 of the IRR, and A. If applicable, the original duly signed, the original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperatives, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For Class B documents, if applicable, the duly signed joint venture agreement in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence. For the checklist of financial components envelope, second envelope, financial component envelope. The financial proposal shall contain the following. 1. Original duly signed accomplished financial report. 2. Original duly signed lead prices in lieu of quantities using from DPWH for 16 and 17.
3. Really accomplished detailed estimate form, including summary sheets, indication the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rental using the coming up with a bidder. 4. Duly signed cash flow by quarter using Form DPWH Infra 8. Additional requirements. Duly notarized affidavit of site inspection. The construction safety and health program intended for the specific project only must be attached in the technical and documents. The construction safety and health program should also be incomplete in accordance with DOLE checklist and DOLE DO number 12 series of 2024. It includes the DOLE application form, construction safety and health officer, first aider, TESDA certificate of heavy equipment operator and or critical workers, testing and inspection of heavy equipment if applicable, and other pertinent documents for the approval of the program. Updated CPES rating or latest certification coming from the CPES that no rating was conducted for the past years, intended for the specific project to be bid. Minimum material testing equipment requirement pursuant to DO number 80 series of 1990 and reiterated in DO 138 series of 2015. A clear photocopies of TIN ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer assigned to the project to be bid. Criteria of eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. As per 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184 and latest DPPB issuances, the first envelope shall be opened to determine the compliance of the document required to be submitted for eligibility and for the technical requirements as prescribed in the IRR. The back check the submitted documents of each bidder against a checklist of requirements to ascertain if they are all present, using pass or fail criterion. For every document required that is present, it shall be rated pass, but in case of fail to include any of the requirements resulting to incomplete required document, it shall be considered failed. Otherwise, the back shall rate the first envelope pass. Immediately after determining the compliance of the first envelope, the back shall open the second envelope or the financial document using again the pass or fail criterion in determining compliancy based on the checklist requirements. When the bid price exceeds the approved budget for the contract or ABC, it is automatically rated as failed. All bids shall be subject for evaluation, and the lowest calculated bid or the highest rated bid shall undergo cost qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Additional information. Entering into contract requirements to be complied by the winning bidder. 1. Construction method using Form DPWH Infra 45. 2. Construction schedule for a precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve and cash flow. Include the duration of the project or number of days using Form DPWH Infra 46. 3. Manpower schedule using Form DPWH Infra 47. 4. Equipment utilization schedule using Form DPWH Infra 48. 5. Clear photocopies of TIN ID and latest PRC ID of the project manager, project engineer, materials engineer assigned to the project. 6. Performance security or performance securing declaration. 7. Contractor's all risk insurance. 8. For joint venture agreement, pick up special joint venture license. 9. CHSP initially approved by the Hope and the Dolly concurrents. Reminder to bidders who will submit manually and to bidders who submit their bids online that will submit their original documents. Submit documents with table of contents paginated and book bound with your tags pursuant to the 90 series of 2002. Proposal booklet should be signed and attached in a technical envelope. There should be the documentary stamp on bidder's bond and all other notarized documents. Materials engineer should be accredited and certificate of accreditation should be updated, intended for the specific project. The estimate and the summary sheet must be in detail. The contractor's authorized representative must present their valid company and any government-issued ID. Reminder to all bidders, please use A4 size at bond paper for technical and financial bid proposal. Use the prescribed infra form which can be found in the bid proposal booklet updated March 31, 2021. DO 28, series of 2024, with strict policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. Thank you po.
Questions or comments from our prospective leaders? So there being no other topics, that concludes our private conference, and thank you everyone.